Good evening, everyone, and welcome to KWWL News at 10 o'clock this Sunday night. I'm Luke Birdsall. Tonight, House Speaker Mike Johnson was a special guest in Iowa City supporting Representative Miller-Meaks in her bid for re-election, all while pro-Palestine protesters made their voices heard outside of the building. KWWL reporter David Warrington has more now from Iowa City.
Congresswoman Miller-Meaks, the Republican representative for Iowa's 1st Congressional District, welcomed House Speaker Mike Johnson for an event as she pursues another re-election. Both of them described America as weak under President Biden.
When, America is weak and we allow a vacuum to exist and we see foreign aggression. We've seen that with Russia, we see that with Iran and its proxies, and Hamas, Hezbollah and the Houthis, and we're seeing increasing aggression from Chinese Communist Party and their entreaties in the South China Sea. So I think it's important for us to stand by our allies and for our word to mean something.
The event was met by pro-Palestinian protesters, a trend that has been seen nationwide.
I think what's unfortunate is that many college students, number one, who's funding them, who's funding people to protest, and number two, don't even know what the words they espouse mean. It's one thing to protest, to exercise your right to free speech in support. It's another thing to espouse hatred and killing of Jews.
Congresswoman Miller-Meaks and Speaker Johnson also shared their disappointment in their Republican colleagues that voted against a recent bill providing assistance to American allies, most notably Ukraine and Israel.
What's unfortunate is that sometimes the loudest voices are not the voices that, as you heard Speaker Johnson, may not have gone to the classified briefing. Of course we're concerned about the national debt. We have $34 trillion in national debt, but the cost is much greater for us not to support Ukraine and to allow Russia to win.
Well, the chair of the Iowa Democratic Party, Rita Hart, released a statement ahead of Congresswoman Miller-Meeks' campaign event. She said tonight, quote, Miller-Meeks is being rewarded for rubber stamping her party leadership in Washington. In November, voters have the power to elect an independent voice for them. Hart specifically claims the Congresswoman had blocked legislation to secure the southern border and put Social Security and Medicare on the chopping block.